What's up, everybody, and welcome to ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news. I'm Drew Bolsley. You can find me on Twitter at ArtisticGamer28. That's the one, the only Scott Savage. You can find him on Twitter at Savage. Scott, happy Friday, buddy. It's almost the weekend. What's happening today?
Yeah, the week sped by. I feel like I have the same reaction every time. Holy, it's already today.
Yeah.
But the news won't stop, and we have some pretty big hitters here.
Yeah, we definitely got some juicy topics today. Coming up on today's show is Halo Infinite is not make or break for the IP, says Phil Spencer. Kojima's next game is an Xbox exclusive, and no more Smash Brothers DLC fighters. That's coming up on today's show, which you can join us live over on twitch.tv/theofficialITG, as well as YouTube. But if you can't join us live, it's no big deal. Hit us up later, InsideTheGame.ca, podcast services, and TV streaming networks around the globe. Scott, let's get into it, buddy, because Dark Souls fans sequel Nightfall is upon us here shortly. Dark Souls Nightfall, the upcoming ambitious mega mod, will release December 21st, described as a fan-made sequel to the original game. Dark Souls Nightfall will be a mod for Dark Souls 1 that will feature a new world map and an entirely new story. Dude, is this something you're kind of looking forward to?
I am actually very excited about this. I discovered this very recently. I wasn't aware that there was a project going on, but the idea that a lot of big fans and modders have crossed to kind of join forces on this one has me excited, because a lot of the people that understand the Dark Souls lore the most are the fans of the first game.
Oh, that's fair, right? According to a press release materials, Nightfall will follow an alternate ending of the original Dark Souls, where the player character decides not to link the flame, thus leading into the Age of Dark. Dude, sounds cool, but you know, Dark Souls and me just don't get along.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to preserve that difficulty.
Yeah, it's definitely made its own genre now, right? When we head into the world of Dark Souls and Demon Souls, and even now you see us get into like Bloodborne and Nioh, right? With that whole genre, it just kind of escaped away and just made a mass following, and it's just one I just can't seem to compete with. But it's just too bad because, dude, I miss out on some of these amazing games.
They are really good, but yeah, it's sort of like how roguelite established its own kind of subgenre of gaming.
Yeah.
It's very similar to that. It's Souls-like, Sekiro being the kind of the bigger second Souls-like series.
No, for sure. Dude, what you think you're gonna get this one on December 21st?
I'm gonna be looking for it for sure. Now, I'm not sure exactly how this is going to work, if they have a publisher house, or if I'm just gonna have to snoop around in the dark alleyways of the internet to find it. But
I'm expecting a PC release, right? I think PC is where it's coming. Probably be the easiest. So maybe on Steam.
If that would be very easy. I was gonna say, if I can find it on the Steam Workshop, then there's no issue at all. I'll have it within minutes, but yeah, otherwise it's gonna take a little bit more digging.
Dude, I think if they bring this to Steam, it probably could absolutely blow up. I didn't even realize this was a thing because I'm not into the Dark Souls stuff, but at the same time, man, just kind of going with that quality, and they got the Dark Souls trademark, but man, out like they're able to do that thing. Like, let's be a little careful here when you get into modding, because we've seen other things get taken down when they've gone into the world of, hey, we're going to use your IP and make our own thing.
Yeah, Nintendo never would have let this happen. There would have been a military response.
Someone making another Mario game? That is not happening.
Yeah, Sam Fisher can appear in any IP ever. Mario slides in the long corridor. That's it.
It's over. That's right. Let's get into what Phil Spencer's up to, because Xbox boss Phil Spencer says Halo Infinite is not make or break for the IP. Dude, just from the title of this article, I already think I disagree. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's not comforting to hear him say something like that. But I think that was supposed to be the message. It was, don't worry.
Yeah.
But it has the opposite effect now. What does he know about Infinite that I don't know?
Well, I'm sure a lot. Let's be honest. The sci-fi shooter.
Probably about 100%.
The sci-fi shooter has been vital to the name of Xbox and has evolved much in the years since its birth, ever changing hands from Bungie over to 343 Industries. Because of that, the initial backlash to Halo Infinite gameplay was first revealed in 2020. Dude, that did not go over very well when it was initially launched.
Yeah, there's a big... I remember everybody getting mad about the cinematic that came out, and they were like, who's this other guy? Why do we care about him? That's storytelling, guys. It can't just be the Chief and Cortana 100 times over.
Oh, man, right? It's just rinse and repeat. That wouldn't last. But there is a lot of speculation as to whether or not Infinite will be the final test regarding Halo's future going forward, with Starfield, the new space IP from Bethesda, also being an Xbox exclusive. So some have even wondered if that could take the crown. According to Xbox Phil Spencer, Halo Infinite will not be a make-or-break situation. Instead, it is a fresh start. So a little more confidence maybe coming from that perspective, but at the same time, dude, it's Halo. It's been the staple of Xbox, honestly, right? Everybody got Xbox, their Xbox One, because they wanted to play Halo, and that was the go-to shooter at the time when Xbox launched.
Yeah, there is no bigger symbol of Xbox than the Master Chief or the ring of Halo. But it sounds a bit like a breakup scenario. This isn't an end.
Halo will be here 10 years from now. Is infinite the linchpin on whether it survives that long? Absolutely not. The game has such a rapid fan base and such a history and lore that it's just an IP that's going to be with us. We don't take that for granted. But I definitely believe in my core that is true, said Phil Spencer. Dude, like, it's just kind of curious to see where Halo Infinite lies with fans. I do disagree. I think this is kind of a make or break situation for 343 and the Halo franchise. A lot of people with Halo 5 were not big fans, man. When they launched that game, they had a lot of mixed reactions coming out of Halo 5.
Oh, I witnessed the first-hand reaction. I won't name who, but somebody we know, and they were not happy about Halo 5. I actually was. I put a little bit more time before I kind of judged it, and I was very happy with Halo 5, and I'm excited for what Infinite brings. And you know, if Infinite just kind of goes down the tubes, I still have my prediction. I'm holding on to it. The missions changed. They always do. Halo Battle Royale.
Well, yeah, we'll see what happens. Dude, I'm surprised they didn't announce anything at the E3 press conference when it comes to the Battle Royale genre. It says that they're not going with it, but when in fact, though, they went with the multiplayer side of things and showcased kind of a back to the ground roots of where Halo started in the multiplayer phase, and everybody was pumped for it. They're like, hey, what isn't broken, don't fix it. That's what we loved about Halo, and that's what they dove into, and then they brought it over now, coming into the Xbox Series X and S, as well as the Xbox One. Let's be honest, it's going to be there for everybody as well. But at the same time, people are definitely pumped going in now with more confidence at the launch of this holiday season of the next Halo.
Yeah, everybody wanted that Halo 3, Halo 2 multiplayer back. That's kind of what everybody fell in love with, I think.
Yeah.
But Halo 4 was very Call of Duty influenced. Halo 5 was a totally different mix-up of the arena thing. It was cool in its own right, but it wasn't quite what everybody was expecting.
Yep.
And I count myself among those who are now excited, seeing a little bit of multiplayer film going on and some action. I'm going to be in that.
Nice, yeah, I know a lot of people are, that's for sure. But a lot of people, though, right now are confused as to what Hideo Kojima's next game could be, but it sounds like it could be an exclusive to Xbox. This game might have been a big shakeup from the last game, Death Stranding. It looks like Hideo Kojima is going to partner with Xbox for a new Xbox game. Dude, I think you called this. I think you said this is what's going to happen next with Hideo Kojima, and here we are. Insider Jeff Grubb reports that Microsoft and Kojima have signed a letter of intent for a new game. This is not an official binding contract, importantly, but it seems to point to the possibility that Kojima's next game will be made for Xbox, and the name that Xbox gives to Xbox and PC games. Grubb cited the information to his unnamed sources. This is a key step in the negotiations between the Metal Gear Solid creator and the Xbox company. This signifies that both parties have agreed to a generalization deal with lawyers to continue hashing out the finer points, Grubb said. According to the report, Microsoft and Kojima have been working behind the scenes for months already regarding a partnership. The deal is so close that Microsoft has begun preparing for what Kojima will need to make his new game, Grubb reported as well. Dude, like it's definitely in the works by the sounds of things, right? Now, this is, at the moment, all rumors, speculations, more or less, but it's kind of like an inside. Jeff Grubb is known for getting the inside scoop on this stuff. So the report goes on to say that Kojima's new game will be made, at least in part, for the cloud. Microsoft just recently hired Portal designer Kim Swift to run the company's new initiatives for cloud-based games, and Kojima will be among them, the report said. Wow. So, okay, now on top of all of this, Scott, This is okay. Let's get where do we start? Kojima going from Death Stranding exclusive over to the PlayStation. That's their first game, Kojima Productions. But with Death Stranding, not exactly where it kind of struck a chord with me. Unfortunately, I really kind of was not what I wanted. But I know a lot of people love that game, dude. Like it was a mixed reaction, right? Because we're also used to Metal Gear and more Metal Gear out of Kojima, and I think it just kind of reached the point where we just burned him out, right? It was just, and then the whole Konami fall apart. So then he forms Kojima Productions. They signed a deal with PlayStation, bring over the exclusive of Death Stranding. Great, nice move to see that they kind of continued that partnership. Now the big shakeup though is they're flipping sides and going to Xbox.
Well, there was once an exclusive Metal Gear. I believe that was Metal Gear 4 was exclusive to PlayStation 4. So maybe it's time for Metal Gear fans.
Dude, I don't. Yeah, no, they have to get Konami back in the show. That's what happened. But like, he could easily like start something new in the vein of Metal Gear, right? Like, let's be honest, he doesn't have to have Snake as his go-to, protagonist, but he could definitely form somebody new and start building off a whole other franchise of games just like that, but keep it under his own production company too, which is the best part about it. Because Konami had the ties to Metal Gear, we have now lost that whole franchise, but you have the mastermind of Kojima. Hopefully you can start picking that up again, because man, this is one of the best stealth genres, stealth franchises around that we've ever had, and now it's just completely gone. We don't know where the future lies. But the other side of this, Scott, is what I saw this morning. Came in, our good buddy Steve over from England there hit us up with a little bit of a news article that PlayStation fans, are you ready for this, Scott? PlayStation fans are signing a petition to cancel Kojima's Xbox exclusive game. You entitled PlayStation fanboys, give me a break. Dude, I saw that and just about spit my coffee out. Like, come on. What a joke. The guy has to make money. It comes down to money. And if he has to sign an exclusive deal with Xbox, then that's what the guy's got to do. Just let him do his thing and make his own creative processes and let us enjoy a game. I don't care if it's on Xbox, PlayStation. It doesn't matter to me, personally. I just want to play it. But no, this comes over, dude. Come on.
There's only one Kojima, and he's an artist.
Yeah.
And we only have a limited time with this artist in the world, and I don't want to see him slowed down by anything. I want to see every company come to his support, and even if it means that the chief takes his helmet off in Infinite, and it's actually it's Solid Snake the whole time.
Can you imagine? It's just Solid underneath the helmet. Hey guys, what's up? You had no idea, man. But yeah, I saw that this morning come in. I thought, you know what? Just let the guy do his thing. And if it does include having an exclusive over there, you've had him exclusive for PlayStation for years. So, the guy's going to jump around, and he's going to go where maybe he could have more freedom, more creativity, more money to help get his budget to where he needs to be. He's to produce a killer game. I think that's all about what he's focused on. He's not really caring that, oh, you know what, I did it over here with PlayStation, now I gotta flip sides, I gotta go to Xbox, and I'm gonna tick off all these fans. That's not his plan, right? He doesn't want to lose fans. He's there because he wants to create the process of getting a new game out to all people who want to enjoy video games, and that petition is trying to do this. I think people are just that entitled to even start.
Because I see a parallel between Hideo Kojima and Sakurai from the Smash Bros. Projects. He's kind of been captive by Nintendo to make Smash Brothers until his final moments. And if there's ever going to be a petition to sign, I think it's no more Smash. Not that I hate the IP or anything, but the free Sakurai. He's just being captive. In the same way that Hideo is kind of done with Metal Gear. He was kind of worked into a corner, and it was kind of just, do I do this for the rest of my life, or do I get out there and make other projects? And I'm happy to see that he's finding a place.
Well, I think what it is, Metal Gear sells, right? Honestly, it really does sell, and it sells well for him, and that's what he's built his whole, career off of in a sense. But he's always wanted to experiment, and I don't think he had the freedom over at Konami to do that. And we saw the process drag on and on for Metal Gear Solid 5: Phantom Pain, and it was not a good breakup at the end of it because they wanted one direction, he wanted another, and dude, as an artist, just let us do our thing. Like, seriously. Don't tie us back.
Yeah.
Because that's where everything just falls apart.
No, I can't imagine arguing with my tattoo artist about, no, it should look this way. I think that's silly.
Yeah, no, for sure. But we'll see what happens when this whole thing comes to light, because that's what I said. It's all rumors and speculations right now, but it definitely sounds like it's close and in the works. That would be a big announcement. Dude, can you imagine if they announced that at E3 as well? Oh, man. Yeah, we'll see what the future holds for Kojima, but we're definitely watching him with very close eyes. Scott, let's get into Dying Light 2. Dev shares a closer look at the Renegade faction, choice impact on multiplayer as well. Dying Light 2, now called Dying Light 2 Stay Human, is enriching the experience with heavier choice options, with more player decisions can have the biggest and smallest of impacts on the in-game world. This comes from animation director of Dying Light 2, talked a little bit about the reoccurring question that players have about said choice and what that means for multiplayer. As we've talked about before, Dying Light 2 choice system has the power to level the entire world literally. So, how does that impact the multiplayer experience? Burkda? No, Burkda. Burkda? Scott, is that what Yeah, I think so, right?
I would say Burkda.
Burkda tells fans, the host makes all the decisions and our players experience them. So, you can witness how the world of the host changes as a result of their choices, and you can compare the outcome to your own world. So, all choices and their consequences stay with the host. They don't affect your solo campaign, but you can get to keep all the player progress you've made and all the loot you've found. Dude, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that because they're going to include a lot of choice, but what if I don't want to make that choice, or I'm apprehensive about certain directions I could go? Well, I could jump into your game and kind of see where that leads. I like that. It gives you the chance to experience the range of choices that'll happen.
I always like when a game has consequences. I think that's the coolest part about it, right? Like when we play Quantic Dream, their games over there, like their games there's never a right or wrong sequence. This is the dialogue choice or the option that you decided, and this is the outcome you're going to witness. And whether or not it's really what you wanted, well, you're going to find out in a second, kind of thing, right? And it sounds like Dying Light 2 Staying Human is the same kind of aspect behind that, as you can have choices. Like they showed a demo, dude, it looked cool, because if you side with one people and you kind of hold the water back, then you see things are affected in the world. But yeah, if you let the water flow within the city, everything, like the whole world becomes like a lot more foliage is out there, and it's a lot more green and vibrant looking. Like it's, dude, it was super cool. But Dying Light's so creepy, man. I just don't know if I can play it.
Yeah, well, Dying Light, I kind of look at it as Dead Island, but with parkour.
Yeah, absolutely. No, absolutely. Looks cool. We'll keep an eye on this one for sure. And I got a couple guys I think that we're looking for that review. Scott, let's get you into some Super Smash Brothers, buddy.
Yes. So Super Smash Brothers keeps coming up. It always will. But there's the new release of Kazuya, and that's the newest kind of headlines that Smash Bros. Has been in. But it has since been revealed that Smash Brothers Ultimate will no longer receive any character DLC after 2021. So there is the latest release, as they go on to mention, the 10th character DLC from the Fighter Pass 2, which was Kazuya Mishima from Tekken. And he's now in the game. He's kind of upset the character list, as they do. But there is one more fighter still to be announced. The next DLC fighter will be the last one, and this is coming straight from Sakurai. There won't be any more after that. He's done. Um, we do know that the Challenger Pack 11 is also supposed to arrive later this year, but we should know who the last character is by about December 31st, 2021, because after then, it's not happening. And any guesses out there as to who that character will be? I always love to hear it. If anybody has any feedback, who you think it'll be, I'm still hoping for Shovel Knight.
Oh yeah, no, that makes a lot. Actually, that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? I can see that.
I like to think so.
Yeah, but you honestly think they're done, Scott? You really think they're done now at this point?
I think Sakurai said he was done after Smash Brothers Melee.
Yeah, right. So
I don't. Yeah, shortly after the last character will come out, they'll just announce the next Smash Brothers.
Yeah, the Ultimate Deluxe is what you'll get next for Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
Oh man, Scott, let's get into what game announcements, updates, and releases are out for today.
All right. Well, we have an update for Dreamscape.
So cool.
Dreamscaper.
Yeah.
Is a surreal roguelite action RPG from the publisher Freedom Games and developer Afterburner Studios. I don't think I'm familiar with this one exactly.
Dude, Corey and I reviewed this one. We previewed it over on InsideTheGame.ca. Make sure you go check that out. That game is sick. Dude, that game is really cool.
I'm going to have to check that out as well after this. But it has come out of Steam Early Access a little bit early, approximately a week earlier than it was scheduled to originally. This is launching on the Nintendo Switch and the PC, and it will be on August 5th, as opposed to the August 12th launch that they were planning for. This is the version 1 dropping, which introduces new bosses, levels, more story content, and other surprises. So you may have previewed it, but it seems like there's going to be a lot more addition to the game. That's cool.
Yep. Awesome.
And BioWare marks a new era for Star Wars The Old Republic with Legacy of the Sith expansion.
Nice.
That sounds interesting. There could be endless expansions to the Star Wars universe, but The Old Republic's next major expansion kicks off the 10th anniversary celebration of the game, delivering a new storyline, new endgame missions, new characters and combat system upgrades, and more. These Star Wars fans will have an opportunity to rediscover the award-winning The Old Republic in Legacy of the Sith this holiday on PC.
That is
via
awesome.
Steam and Star Wars TheOldRepublic.com.
Nice. Scott, that's going to wrap up today's...
years.
Yeah, that's cool. That'll wrap up today's show, though. It's been ITG Daily. Everybody, thank you for hanging out with us. Don't forget, you can always join us live over at twitch.tv/theofficialITG. But if you can't join us live, it's not a big deal. Hit us up later. InsideTheGame.ca, podcast services, and TV streaming networks around the globe. I'm Drew, that's Scott, and this is Inside the Game.